Hello and welcome. So today we're going to start a new tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to see how we can make this modeling of this mic. So I have started to drop this background image, and the size maybe, let's say, if we want to make it to real size, so we will add a plane in the center, and this plane will be let's scale it to be 1 meter, and this may be 20 centimeter, I think. So let's scale around 0.2, and let's scale the reference image around 0.5, and I think we can scale it to 0.6, scale it to 0.5 to maybe, and we can move it to the top around 0.25. So we have make this reference maybe compared to the real size. And before start, I will as usual, there is a screencast case. So I will start from the bottom to the top. So we finally will make this wire, because it may be the hardest thing in this model. So let's start by making a circle, and this circle will be around 24, and let's scale 0.1, and we will start from here. And I will extrude in the axis to this distance, and extrude scale in Shift Z, and another time we can move in the Z axis and extrude scale Shift Z, and we can now recalculate normals. And as you can see, this bottom part we must close like this. Alright, now we have made this part. The next part, which is this part. So we can benefit from the mirror modifier, and now let's add an plane and rotate in X to see if we can, like this, and let's start by removing this part, and let's the next step is we will go to the modifiers panel, and we can activate the mirror modifier like this. Scale all like this, and extrude in Z, so we will start to trace the actual shape, and in the fourth or the third dimension, the Y, let's start to see what we have. So later we will move it or make the third dimension, and let's start again by extruding in the axis like this. The final thing is to So let's now make the third dimension. We can grab this. So what we want to make is to make this part like this. So what we will make, we can grab this edge in the middle and enable proportional editing and G and Y like this. Alright, so it's maybe similar to this, but we want to make this upper edge, so we can select this one and let's disable proportional editing for a second, and we will go here. Let's see what we have. We have a straight edge, so we will extrude in Z and scale in Z like this. And we can make around 2 edges here and pull it, and I think now we are done. The next step is to add the Solidify Modifier, and this will be thickness of around 0.004 millimeter, and add subdivision surface of around 2. And if you think the curve isn't as you expect, you can, as you can see here, now we have this curve is angled, so we will add or enable proportional editing with a smooth and rotate in Z like this. We will add the active element and scale in X like this, and in this view we will see that we have to move it to this angle. And I think it's now close to our reference, but if you think we can pull it to GUI few times like this to make it a smooth curving, and don't forget to apply the smooth shading and move again in the 2 centimeter like this. Now we are done for the stand, and the next step will be to add these screws. And let's now go for adding one in this right. So I will add a circle. This circle we can see it has 18 or maybe 18, so we will rotate in the Y 90 degrees and scale to 0.2 or something like this, and I will move to the left. We didn't stay, so I will delete and add another one. This one will be 18 and 0.2. Rotate in Y 90 degrees and move to the left, scale down, extrude again another time in the x-axis to this distance. So let's now extrude, scale shift x 0.9 and extrude in x up to this distance. So again extrude, scale shift x 0.9 and another time. We want to make it extrude, scale shift x and extrude in the x-axis. Extrude, scale shift x 0.9, extrude, scale shift x 0.9, shift R 2 times and shift R and extrude, scale shift x 0.5 and fill. We will move all these and we will grab this face which is here, and this face will be grabbed by using proportional editing GX, and make sure it's a sphere and the GX like this, and select all and recalculate normals. Now we want to make some details, so the details will be like this. We will add these two loop cuts and scale in X. After that select and inverse, select and checker deselect and extrude, scale shift X 1.1, 1.08 and add the subdivision surface of level 1. Apply the smooth shading. After that we can make this final detail. Add two loop cuts to redefine the edges. And now we have this one screw. So what we will make, we have this base, we have the stand, and I think we have to select cursor to select and make 3D cursor and scale like this, scale in X a few times. Then we want to mirror this one by using the base in x-axis like this. Now we want to make the body, so we will start from here by using an circle. This circle we can it to be 40, or we want two division here, so maybe 40, 48 maybe, and 0.06, and scale another time. Let's scale down, move in X like this. So after that we will extrude in Z and extrude in Z like this. Let's extrude in Z another time, and we will scale few times to get this shape. Alright, so we have this shape. Now we want to make the actual body, so we will extrude, scale shift Z, extrude Z to this distance, and make we can separate this part after calculating. We could separate this part, but we will add the materials later. And let's extrude scale down, and like this. Let's now extrude in the maybe to the bottom if we want. So what we have this to be smoothed, and add subdivision surface, maybe level 2, and we want to add the holes now. So how we could add the holes? We will select, after disabling this, we will select this part which is here, and let's add this first, and one here, maybe 3, 1, 2, 3, so we will add 3 more here. Selecting this faces, we have a 3 of 3, maybe 4. Alright, so we'll delete these faces, select the edge. After that we will special menu to be circle, and as you can see it's now flat, so we want it to be flat. We have best fit inside or best fit, and maybe go to sphere, and it to be 1. Let's see what we have. Another time go to W, and like this. We want to scale it in all axes except the Y. So we have now this hole. Let's make the top part. So we will start to make an loop cut here, and another top loop cut here. We want only to select these two faces, and we can delete. Let's try to delete, maybe adding some more here, and we can select delete faces, and after that we can let's try to choose another method. We can scale in Z axis 1.2, and let's grab this and grab this, and after that we have now 10 vertices. So shift is cursor to selected. We can add now circle. This circle 10 vertices and have this radius. Let's rotate and scale another time. Let's see what we have, but we don't want it to be flat, so we could shrink wrap the surface. So let's move here and fill the surface, separate by selection, and use the shrink wrap modifier to select this one. Make an offset and maybe apply the shrink wrap again, move to be here and rotate around the 100. We want to mirror it in y-axis like this. And let's join and delete the only faces and move it to this place. I want to make another method to make this hole, and the two methods will do the job well. We can now bridge edge loop, and let's see. So now let's make the buttons. I will select this one and make a circle. This circle around 16 vertices, rotated around x-axis, scale down to be like this, and let's now extrude in y-axis and scale down, extrude, scale, shift, scale to this distance, and extrude in Y. Recalculate normals and add this subdivision surface. Alright, move to second layer, and after that we will extrude. We can scale it to be here, and after that we will extrude in Y to this distance and make sure we have defined the edges well. Alt H, what is the issue here? So now we have defined this, and let's move it to be here. This is the first shape. The second shape will be the same. We'll select this one and extrude in Y, and scale on Y in 0 and move it. And let's now make the other screw. It will have some circle here. Let's now first go to this one and select this cursor selected and go to this layer to add the circle perfectly as we expect. So we will add a circle, and this circle, if we count, it has 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 multiplied by 4 is 32, so we'll add 64, and after that we will rotate around x-axis to make this whole the same size, and then we can extrude in Y this time and extrude scale 0.8, and then we will extrude another time in the y-axis and move to be here, scale around this, extrude scale 0.9, extrude scale 0.5, so what we will make now, we will select these edges, and what we have, maybe dissolving this again, we will select shaker deselect and extrude scale shift Y 1.1, and we will have this to be we want to select again let's see what we have. We will select again this, select all and recalculate normals, and let's add subdivision surface, and we want to define the two edges like this. So now we have this screw, and if you want you can select all and extrude scale, and let's now add smooth shading, and it's now much better. And if you want to make it inclined, no problem, but I find that it's now much better. So let's move to the second layer, and after that we will let's apply it to be here, and let's see the reference. The reference is like this, so maybe moving to this distance, and if you would like you can scale it. So we have now all these parts. We have the base, we have and before we finish this lesson, and in the next lesson we will see how we can make the pattern which is in the top, which is maybe the wire, as you can call. And I think we are now done for the base. So in the next video we are going to see how we can add this base and how we can add the logos, and we may be making some UV unwrapping, and we will finish it by rendering this model. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. See you in the next lesson.